Is choosing a title for your book just driving you crazy? I mean, the thing about this is your title can make or break your book. And if you get it right, it sells a lot more than you would expect. But if you get it wrong, your book will be passed over like the random potato salad at a cookout. All right, now look, I'm going to give you 3 things to keep in mind when choosing the title for your book. And if you stay with me, I'm actually going to give you my 30-10-3 worksheet that I work through with my authors as I help them choose the best title for their nonfiction books. So I'm going to give you a copy of that. Just stay with me to the end and I'll tell you how to get that. Now, my name is Fortune. I'm a self-publishing strategist for established coaches and consultants who want to write a book and use that book to grow their business. And I've created a proprietary method of getting your book out of your head and onto paper in less than 4 hours. And you can do that all using a book, using a phone and a few websites. Now, for the conversation we're having today, here's my thing. I'm going to give you 3 things to keep in mind. It doesn't mean choosing the right book's going to be a right title for your book is going to be easy, but it's going to be easier. In the end, you still got to choose the right title. And always remember, because you're self-publishing, you can change this title and try out a different title later on, a month, a year down the road to see if sales will increase. How do I know that? I've done it for myself, okay? But so again, I'm going to give you these 3 tips so you can choose the right title, the best title for your book, so people want to buy your book when they actually hear it. As you see behind me, I have a whole list of, a whole shelf full of books, and this is nowhere near the amount of books I have, but these are the ones I have here in this video for today. You see the title here, How to Write Your First Book in Less Than 4 Hours. That was the original title for my book. And when people heard that, how to write a book in less than 4 hours, they're like, oh my God, I got to have that. Now, as you can see, when you look at it, it just says, write your first book. That wasn't the idea that I wanted to share for that book. I really wanted people to understand that you can get that book done in 4 hours. So I changed the cover of this book, the title to be for the 4-hour book. And since changing the title of the 4-hour book, people remember the name of the book so much easier. And it's so much easier to see on the small screen, which is my first bonus tip I'm going to give to you. People are going to be looking at your book either from a distance, like you're seeing now, or they're going to be looking at your book on a screen, on the phone, or on a tablet, or even on a computer screen. Your title must stand out on that screen. So if you have too many words in a title, it's going to be hard. So that's just a little bonus tip, not even included in the 3. But let's go ahead and get started on those 3 things right now. Number 1. Here's the idea is about me and you, okay? So look, you need your title to say, look at me. You want it to be loud and proud. People want to look at your title because of what it says. But it also, in this me portion, there's also the you portion. It must make a statement about your brand, okay? The book needs to say something about you. You see the clean cover here. I love the colors orange, and they're very clean cover. I try to get matter of fact, right to the point. If you're more of a colorful type of person, maybe you put the cover. The cover is going to be a little more flowery, and your title is going to be a little more flowery as far as the color scheme and so forth when people are going to look at it. But understand that title should also reflect your brand. So you've heard about a lot of these books more recently. They have like the F-bomb and so forth in the title, F apostrophe or whatever they have in it, or damn, or a boss B, whatever you want to use right there for that last piece of that title. But they have the curse words and so forth in there. And these are people. Even my coach has the title of badass, okay? These titles are talking about the individual. Okay, so they speak more to that brand and the type of individual that's in that you're going to read about in that book. So your title needs to talk, not only say, look at me, but it also needs to speak to your brand. So if you are a more reserved person, you probably shouldn't be using a title that's big out there and using, the blasphemy or using the profanity or whatever, to express what your book is about. That's not really your brand, okay? So that's number 1. The book says this our title should say, look at me, but it also make a statement about your brand. Number 2, the easiest way to get this done, and I love taking my authors through this because it's an easy way to start brainstorming to get ideas, is to copy bestsellers. You literally can look at some of the best-selling books of all time, or in your genre, or more recently, and see what the structure of their titles are. Okay, when you look at the structure of their title, you start seeing a pattern. And what you would do is put in your keywords in place of the words in that best-selling title. Okay, very simple strategies, very easy strategy. You can go grab a bunch of books from different industries and whatnot, or only in your industry, and look for a way to look for a title strategy, a pattern that you are trying to create. Okay, that will work within your book. Right? Replace the words with the keywords that are inform your book. Next, number 3, you want to use these 5. I got 5 titling strategies for you. Even after you looked at those best-selling books. Now, the 4 of these strategies actually come from my man Michael Hyatt. It's called his PINC strategy, PINC, which stands for promise, intrigue, need, and content. Okay, so what that talks about is a promising title says you're going to basically make a claim about something. Okay, you can use that type of strategy, title strategy for your book. To be very upfront, direct with your title. Number 2 is the intrigue. So of course this is about curiosity. Whereas the promise is saying I'm going to give you this result in the title. The intrigue is going to draw some curiosity or a contrast. So maybe be a little more contrarian. So when people are saying do this, your book's going to say no, you should do this. That's what your title is going to talk about. The opposite of what is mainstream. Okay, that's going to create some intrigue. People are like, ooh, that sounds interesting, right? Number 3, again, it said need. The need in this PINC strategy from Michael Hyatt is about creating a craving. There's something that a result that people absolutely want. Whether, like my second book is called Overcoming Procrastination. That is a need that I know my market has. So I created a title that fulfills that need. It's going to, the promise is also in there, but it's also speaking to that need that someone wants. I want to stop procrastinating, so I'm giving that title, okay? So need, or is going to fulfill a craving that people have. Again, the C is about content. This is very simply what you see, even in the title you see here, how to. It's one of the best titles that you can use for creating a book, is specifically if you are trying to use your book really just on your own websites, or selling it on inside your own sales funnels or things of that nature. Okay, if you're even just trying to do an ebook, how-to books is one of the simplest titles you can use, even if you're just using it as a subtitle. How to speaks to the content. Now, I said 5 strategies here. The 5th one is a case study. Okay, and very simply, a case study is going into something that you have done. How I scaled so many mountains. Is how I took my company from this to this. So it may, and there's even a more popular book out here talking about how I sold sold copies of their book, okay? These titles are talking about something that you have specifically done, or the results you have gotten for your clients. So that is a case study title. Those are 5 strategies I want to give to you as far as being able to create your own title for yourself. Now, again, I borrowed that from Michael Hyatt. I just wanted to share with you because it's one of the key strategies I use when I'm coming up with my own titles and when I'm helping my authors come up with their titles. Now, with that being said, y'all, I've given you 3 key strategies on how to create your content. Now, you stayed with me to the end, so let me go ahead and show you how to get a copy of the 30-10 3 worksheet to help you choose a title for your book. And very simply, you're just going to put the word title, T-I-T-L-E, put that down in the comments, and I'll make sure I get a copy of that worksheet out to you. Again, my name is Arlando Fortune. You can be, you can do, you can have anything you want in this world. You just got to believe. You can live a life of no doubt, just blessings, and I will show you how. And as always, remember, you're only one book away from your next breakthrough in your life or in your business. So go out there and make life happen every day. God bless.